Today I have for you some of the best jigs for freshwater bass fishing. If you're doing smallmouth, largemouth, crappie, perch, even some larger bluegill or sunfish. Now, some of these are going to be great if you're doing BFS or using lightweight or ultralight tackle. I've been on a BFS kick myself, so down to the 1/16, 1/8. These VMCs, the hooks and the jigs, absolute top notch, made in Finland. So you got the swinging Ned rig. That's one you probably would want to pick up. Standard Ned rig, whether it's VMC or Z-Man. This Berkeley Fusion's really good quality. Now, if you're on a budget, there's absolutely nothing wrong with these laser sharps, the old Eagle Claw. These are a lot cheaper, so not as good quality, but decent hooks. Made in the USA. Now you can see the setup with the jigs for the Hellgramites. So that's the weedless. If you're not buying these, you got to have these in your arsenal because these catch a lot of fish. That's the weedless. That's just the hook. I believe it's a 1 or a 2/0 EWG. And you can see them really catching fish. Now here is this is a Z-Man micro finesse jig. You still have a lot of action in this. So this will come down, hit the bottom of the lake or stream, and then you just work it back and forth, So this is pretty much the majority of the stuff you'll need if you're just getting out, trying to get out there, and you really want to actually catch these swinging Ned rig jigs. Awesome. They will have your bait on the bottom and just give it a natural wiggle, and they just catch fish. These are about $6 or $7 at Dick's Sporting Goods or wherever you pick up VMC at. Also, this color has been fantastic. This is the Dinger, which is basically a Senko. Watermelon candy. I run them on a 3/0 hook. This is one of the best Yamamoto colors out. Show you one last thing that's been fabulous this year. Oh, and you can't beat this frog for $1 or $2 at Walmart. This is something you have to have in your box for top order action. If you got more money, obviously buy a nicer one for $7, $10, but for $2, you got to have a couple of these. These 2.5-inch Yamatanukis. They're weedless. I run them weightless. Get about 3 or 4 fish per bait, depending, the size and how bad they tear them up. These are doing amazing on the smallmouth and largemouth bass. Perfect weedless. Run it like a jig, and these will get hit when they're sinking usually, or once you're jigging it, work it, reel it in a little bit, work it, and as soon as it comes in contact with a fish, they just strike bite it. Definitely give these a shot. I mean, great for weeded areas, lakes that have a lake or pond that's got a lot of algae or seaweed or grass, vegetation, lily pads. Mainly want to show you all the jigs to have and the standard hooks if you're doing bass fishing, but that's just some of the stuff that's working great in New Jersey and Pennsylvania right now. Hopefully this helps. This is no unneeded stuff right here. All this stuff really works. One other one that's really doing good. This is the Yamamoto Fat Ica. This is a 4-aught hook, EWG. Run this backwards. This darts in, and you'll get a lot of strikes on this. One last must-have, whether it's, doesn't matter on the size, you can go 3.5, 4-inch. These Kitech, these are ones that have been working for me. The Bluegill Flash, 3.5-inch, squid scent. I do a 1/8 ounce jig, and these will pick you up a lot of strikes. They've got great movement. Pretty much all the swim baits have been copied off of this one. You see a lot of ads on Facebook or Instagram. They're pretty much just, clones of this. Just like the Senko has been one of the biggest copied baits. This is also one of those. Hopefully this helps out somebody who's in picking up some gear, so you're not buying a bunch of junk that you really don't need. All this stuff works, and you're pretty much guaranteed to catch fish if they're in there. If you have some of this stuff. Now the micro grubs, the 2-inch grubs, these catch crappie and bass all day long. These are like $2 a pack, Walmart. I mean, you probably don't need the swing and jig heads unless you got the money to blow on it. But, you definitely want to get your wide gap hooks if you're bass fishing, the EWGs, worm hooks, and get some type of cheaper jig if you can. And definitely, whatever you do, make sure you buy at least a pack of some type of good quality Hellgrammites, because these are yums. They are about $3.50 a pack, and you can, once you figure out the color for the water you're fishing, I mean, you could pull up dozens of fish with these. Hopefully this helps somebody. Take care.